जाएगा। फटाकड़े और मिठाई बांटेगी।
It is a very emotional moment.
अब तक 8 पार्टियां थी, अब नवी पार्टी राष्ट्रीय पार्टी आम आदमी पार्टी हो गई है। ताली बजा
एक जवान पार्टी जिसको अभी 10 साल हुए बस, उसकी 2 राज्यों में सरकार है और आज वो राष्ट्रीय पार्टी बन गई है।
कि ये जीत आम आदमी पार्टी के लिए बहुत बड़ी जीत है।
Very good evening and welcome to this special presentation which we are bringing to you from the banks of the Sabarmati River here in Ahmedabad. What a day has this been. A record-breaking victory for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Literally a Modi tsunami sweeping everything in its way as far as the Gujarat elections are concerned. But the Congress party also will take heart in the fact that they have been able to win at least Himachal Pradesh. The revolving door, the rivaz as they were saying, continues in Himachal, and even in the by-polls, Samajwadi Party winning some, BJP winning some, in fact the BJP also winning and the Congress winning in Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very good day for most political parties and of course for the EVMs as well. On a lighter note, nobody today complaining about EVMs as we have seen. Usually the party that loses has something or the other to say about the EVMs and the Election Commission. So today, at least in the democracy of this country, everybody seems to be happy. But what we'll try and do in the next 45 minutes, also try and understand the big reasons of this victory, the implications, and also we'll get you the top faces throughout the day who have spoken to NDTV. Let me very quickly first start by giving you a picture of what has happened. I'm sure through the day on television, you must have learnt it by heart now. But in Gujarat, what a victory, resounding victory for Narendra Modi. And I keep saying this for Narendra Modi because eventually while we were traveling, that was the difference. Narendra Modi's face was the difference as far as Gujarat is concerned. Out of the 182 seats, 156, a record has been set, and an old record of the highest number of seats in an election victory has been broken by the BJP. Like the Prime Minister said, Narendra helped Bhupendra to break this historic record. Congress, meanwhile, has been relegated to their worst performance. In fact, Gujarat, they have come down to 17. Aam Aadmi Party, which was in its second attempt in Gujarat. First, remember, in the last election, 27 seats they fought. They came out with their deposits being, they could not even say their deposit on all the seats. This time, 5 seats they have won. 13% is their vote rate. Others have won 4 as well. Quickly telling you about Himachal Pradesh as well. 40 seats have been won by the Congress. A decisive, in fact, mandate. 4 over the mark of the majority in Himachal Pradesh out of 68. BJP has been relegated to 25. Aam Aadmi Party 0. Others have won 3. Very quickly, also about the Uttar Pradesh by-polls, it's a big win for Dimple Yadav in Mainpuri. That's the bastion of the Samajwadi Party, the seat that was vacated after Mulayam Singh Yadav's demise. Now, Dimple Yadav has won that seat, but the big headline from Uttar Pradesh is the Rampur seat, Rampur Sadar seat, which has been won by the Bharatiya Janata Party for the first time. After independence, that seat has been won by a non-Muslim, and also 10 times that seat has remained in the Azam Khan family. That seat has been lost by the Samajwadi Party. Meanwhile, the RLD, Samajwadi Party ally, has defeated the BJP, has snatched the Khatoli seat from the Bharatiya Janata Party. So, this is largely what the result looked like. And let me very quickly, and in fact, just give a sense to our viewers and get, introduce my guest this evening, ladies and gentlemen, those who are joining us at this moment. We have Mr. Ajay Umat, who has been kind enough to join us at this moment, has been giving us insights throughout this election. He's joining us at this moment. KS Tomar, senior journalist from Himachal Pradesh, also with us. Dr. Anshula Vijit, spokesperson of the Congress party, with us as well. Mr. Asif Bamla of the BJP joining us as well. Huda Zariwala, a supporter of the Aam Aadmi Party, also with us at this moment. Thank you so much to all my guests for joining me. But before, in fact, I go to my guest, let me very quickly go across to my colleague Tanushree Pandey, who has been on a long election. Tanushree, finally it all comes to an end. Did you expect this victory of the Bharatiya Janata Party?
Well, to be very honest, Ankit, and I was covering Gujarat and so were you, and we were discussing that how, as much as the Congress was saying that there is an undercurrent, there is anti-incumbency, the fandom for Narendra Modi was huge. There's a huge connect. I expected BJP to win, but not with this kind of victory, and I'm sure even the BJP members did not, expect or predicted this kind of a massive landslide victory. But very interesting. But on the ground, there was no noise, as we see in other states like Uttar Pradesh or Bihar. There was no. The elections were very dull on the ground, but the BJP and especially with the Aam Aadmi Party's entry, I think they took it to the high decibel. That I think made the elections very interesting. But yeah, now it's finally over. Now I think we can all go back to our respective states and take a break.
The oath ceremony is still left on Monday, so I think that's the last assignment as far as Gujarat election is concerned. But Mr. Umat, I want to come to you and I want to understand, start by asking you, sir, you've seen this very closely, not this election but the elections before that. What was different in this election, and how do you explain this? Was it Narendra Modi's charisma, his chemistry, or the BJP's arithmetic management on the ground?
Ankit, it was one-man show. It was only Narendra Modi who led this election from front, and it was Narendra Modi who selected most of the candidates. He decided the strategy. It was he who has decided to download the anti-incumbency factor before 1 year, and he changed all the cabinet ministers and changed the chief minister also before 1 year. If you recall, they did an experiment in Gandhinagar by Gandhinagar Municipal Corporation, where they allowed Aam Aadmi Party and some people they sponsored also some of the candidates to contest elections, and they saw to it that Aam Aadmi Party got 21% vote, Congress got 28% vote, and with 46% vote bank, BJP had won 41 out of 44. Then they thought that this experiment can be done at a larger level in Gujarat. That is what very senior people in BJP are saying, that this was an experiment conducted by BJP, and they decided that we should try for no repeat theory and winnability should be the only criteria. So what they did, they identified Congress turncoats who were capable to win election on their own. So 19 of them were given tickets in BJP.
Yes.
Some of them, joined before 36 hours or 48 hours. They were also given tickets. Some 10-term Congress MLA's son was also given ticket because it was not coming under the criteria of Parivarwad.
Okay.
A 76-year-old Yogesh Patel in Baroda was also given ticket because he was the most popular person. And they asked 38, they did not give ticket to 38 sitting MLAs and 19 former cabinet ministers. But at the same time, all those who came from Congress party and having very strong community base, like from Koli community, from Thakur community, from Ahir community, from Lehua Patidar community.
So largely, Mr. Umat, what you are suggesting is it is a combination of Narendra Modi's chemistry and very smart election arithmetic by the Bharatiya Janata Party, which has in fact taken them to this historic mandate. I want to start, and I also want to bring in Mr. Bamla on this. Mr. Asif Bamla, I want to understand from you, while the Bharatiya Janata Party is celebrating today, and of course, congratulations to you for this fantastic victory, sir. The question that most people are now asking is, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also campaigned in Himachal Pradesh. The BJP has not won there. It was on Prime Minister's face that the BJP was asking the votes in the MCD elections. The BJP has not won there. Does the Prime Minister, how much can the Prime Minister pull the BJP? It was his home state, but he also needs, strong backing, strong leaders on the ground in various states, leadership, for him to in fact propel them to victory. Is the BJP worried that it is only now one trick party with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and of course the resources that they have?
Firstly, I would like to thank the people of Gujarat, Himachal and of course Delhi. We have not fared badly even in Himachal and Delhi. Coming back to, of course, first with Gujarat, of course, it was a 70% success rate, not only did we get the record number of seats, but, it was the faith that was reinstated on the Honorable Prime Minister, you see. And let me also tell you that this is a varied, wave of Modi ji, you see, which has, and let me also tell you that, the more they block the Honorable Prime Minister by saying and using words like Ravan and Aukat dikha denge, the stronger he becomes and the stronger the Bharatiya Janata Party fights back. So that is something, which is something which we have, managed to achieve. Let me tell you that the Congress in the last election, you are aware that Gujarat is decimated now from the 42% of vote share to a 20% vote share and to a 16 seats from what it was earlier. So it is just the work that has been done on ground in terms of electricity, providing electricity, the literacy level providing, the infrastructure and the jobs that have been created. So it's all deliverables. You see, you can't just work on optics. You see, you have to have this kind of a
you're right.
victory.
And today, of course, right now with this kind of a mandate,
in Gujarat is definitely.
Sir, I will come to Himachal. I just want to restrict the first questions to Gujarat, in fact, and let me bring in Anshul Abhijit on this. Dr. Abhijit, I want to understand from you, sir, what are the lessons that the Congress party has learned? Because we keep talking about lessons, but it doesn't seem the Congress implements them on the ground. And right now, discount Himachal because I'm going to come to it. In Gujarat, isn't this a big worry for the Congress party that even in your strongholds of tribal areas in Saurashtra region, in North Gujarat, the BJP has penetrated how? Out of the 27 scheduled tribe seats, the Bharatiya Janata Party has won 24. If the argument is that the Aam Aadmi Party divided the votes, even if you combine both the vote shares, you are still 14% less than what the BJP has been able to achieve, sir.
No, Ankit, indeed it is a worry. But first of all, I'd like to congratulate the BJP on what is certainly a historic victory. Look, I'm exceedingly disappointed about what has happened in Gujarat. It's not really one for trying. We had a particular strategy at work, but in hindsight, we can say that the entire strategy, the micro strategy that we put at work, was a bit misplaced. But that we can only say in hindsight. We put it in good faith at that particular time, dependent on the surveys we did on the ground. It was a micro strategy, door to door, so gully to gully camp, nukkar sabhas, small meetings. But obviously that didn't work. Maybe we should have stuck to more traditional methods of campaigning, which are big rallies and big billboards. There is a worrying loss of votes in Gujarat that we have to address, because certainly, Ankit, there was palpable agitation and frustration on the ground. There's absolutely no doubt about it. I've seen it, I've heard it, I've felt it, the others have told me.
But then it becomes more worrisome for the Congress party, Mr. Abhijit, that you have not been able to capitalize on that and haven't been able to give that assurance to the people to come out and vote for the Congress party.
This kind of victory, landslide.
Also is, while the Aam Aadmi Party has just got 13% vote and 5 seats, but they are number 2 on 35 seats. They are hot on your heels in the next 5 years.
Yeah, well, I'm not undermining the challenges that await the Congress party. We have to reimagine our politics. We have to quickly re-strategize because 2024 is coming up. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But let me just tell you one other quick point. There was frustration and anger on the ground. That was because of COVID mismanagement, because of unemployment, because lack of health and education facility. It was all there. And the biggest indictment of the government of their mismanagement was that, you know, what Mr. Umma talked about was that you give turncoats a lot of tickets. You 38 MLAs of the BJP are changed over, and not only that,
of the
midway through
experiment,
the term,
we were successful. By the way,
not only through midterm, you changed the entire government. So what can be a bigger indictment of the mismanagement of the Bihar government?
Sir, one by one. Let's not speak over each other.
Yes, but you know, there is always a non-linear relationship between economic frustration on the ground and voting patterns. We've seen that.
Okay, Huda Zariwala, you know, I wanted to play that excerpt of the Prime Minister's speech today, but I just want to understand from you, you know, just paraphrasing it, the Prime Minister, without naming the Aam Aadmi Party, seems to have addressed this whole issue of Aam Aadmi Party, that you guys create a lot of hype. You write things, 5-seat Congress ka, we are winning. I mean, though on one end people understand that this is a kind of strategy, nobody will go and vote if you, you know, begin by saying we are party number 3, vote for us. Nobody is going to vote for you. But the fact is, has this given the Aam Aadmi Party a reality check? All those big claims, the fight of 2024 is between Narendra Modi and Arvind Kejriwal. Has that been given a reality check after the Gujarat elections?
Well, good evening and thank you for having me on your show. I'd like to start off by first congratulating the BJP for what is, yes, definitely a historic win, and of course the Congress also for Himachal Pradesh. As far as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, if you remember, a couple of months ago, we were not even in the fray, and yet in just few months of campaigning, few months of groundwork, Aam Aadmi Party has truly managed to rattle not just the BJP but even the Congress. We have finally, with this, you know, victory of 5 seats in Gujarat, gotten into, you know, a national party status. Now, that is something huge. That is definitely something that Aam Aadmi Party deserves to celebrate. And that being said, now, we, you know, BJP is the stronghold, the turf of the likes of Modi ji and Amit Shah ji. So, in that, despite, you know, all of that going on, Aam Aadmi Party still managed to create a presence, and people.
Ma'am, you might have managed 13% vote, but it has all come from the kitty of the Congress party. It's not that you have been able to snatch many votes from the BJP. They have in fact increased their vote share to 53. So all those claims of your leaders coming out and saying that we have made a big bang entry into Narendra Modi's turf, I'm sorry, you have not made big bang entry into Narendra Modi's turf. You have only been able to eat away some Congress votes.
The fact that a state like Gujarat, I mean, Aam Aadmi Party is traditionally known to operate from north, from Delhi and Punjab, and now in a western sort of state, wherein, you know, which was a very difficult state, Aam Aadmi Party managed to create a huge impact. That is something that needs to be taken into cognizance. Also, the fact that we address issues of corruption, of mismanagement, of the 27 years of
the beauty of the results this time and today has also been that everybody can see some sort of a silver lining and find happiness in what they have been able to achieve. But before I go to Mr. Umat for a larger, for what are the larger implications of Gujarat, I very quickly want to understand from you, Mr. Tomar, and just shift the you know this discussion to Himachal Pradesh. This was visible, there was palpable anger, and it was visible that the Congress party would in fact be able to lead this campaign if they fought well, and they actually have been able to in the end you know, come together despite all those differences. What according to you has been the overriding factor which has given the Congress party this victory first after 2019 in a direct contest with the Bharatiya Janata Party?
Yes, thank you very much. But let me dwell upon the issue very extensively. But before that, I would like to tell you one very important thing about the Congress, which was a divided house in Himachal Pradesh and is still managing to neutralize or to outsmart well-oiled machinery of RSS and party cadre of BJP in Himachal. So that is what everybody is debating here, that the Congress has been lazy in many areas, but there are certain things which has really gone against the BJP government or BJP. Because the special thing was that there were 6-7 factors which were really being ignored, like in other parts of India, that is anti-incumbency, then high skyrocketing prices, then lack of control over bureaucracy, and then there was very, very important factor which could be overriding reason, that is OPS, Old Pension Scheme of the employees, and who really matter in Himachal Pradesh. Himachal is a small state where every segment will be affected by the employees. So there are 2.25 lakh employees who are very, very upset because their demand was rejected. So they always thought that our families will not be safe, our future will not be safe if OPS is not restored. So that was the real reason which Congress snatched. And then second point was that Kangra, you must be knowing it, I'm very sure, that Kangra is considered as gateway to the power in Himachal Pradesh. It is the biggest state in Himachal. Absolutely. And it has got 15 seats. And now the figure is 10-4, 10 Congress, 4 BJP. It was reversed in 2017. It was 11 for BJP. So this is how the downslide starts.
So Kangra is the bellwether area. Kangra last time went to the BJP won. This time the Congress won, and the Congress is in power. But Mandi seems to be still a BJP bastion. Very quickly, Anshul Abhijit, though you have won Himachal Pradesh, and congratulations on that. The vote difference is less than 1%. The Bharatiya Janata Party's vote has not gone down much. Is that the biggest worry? And also, of course, the Chief Minister. Who is going to be the Chief Minister?
No, let's not nitpick, Ankit. How did it happen? That is what every viewer will like to know. That it was the entry of Priyanka Vadra in Himachal which really made the difference. Because this faction-ridden party was nowhere in the race.
What the Congress party was missing in Gujarat, they were able to do in Himachal Pradesh with Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Sir, let Anshul Abhijit respond to what I asked him about the vote percentage difference, and also Abhijit, will you be able to sort out? Congress has a habit. Congress has a habit of creating problems where there are none.
No, that's not true at all. Of course, the entry of Priyanka ji made a decisive difference in Himachal Pradesh. It goes without saying. But you're nitpicking on 1%, 2%. I mean, after all, you've got 40 seats. You've got 15 more seats than the BJP. And the reason for that is that we correctly assess the situation in the ground over there, which is the anger which you told about, the frustration which was palpable, which was Agniveer, which was OPS, the apple prices, or inflation, or Berozgari. And we addressed them. And we also had a positive campaign, a positive agenda for the future, which we laid out before the people. So we were able to convince the people to vote for us. And that is the biggest thing you can do in a democracy, to convince them. Not only that, I mean, there was, rebel candidates in the BJP. The BJP also had a host of their own problems.
Sir, would you be able to give them a chief minister soon? I mean, that's the question that most people are interested in right now.
No,
why not? Let it come to the point where you there is a particular mechanism.
Worried about the BJP.
No, I want to worried about. Let me just answer that question.
We have accepted.
There are mechanisms already. Within the BJP, within the Congress party, there exist mechanisms in which you decide how the chief minister will be elected. I mean, it depends on the Congress High Command and as well as the meeting of the Congress MLAs in the state, and that you will get to know in due course of time. Why is that a worry or a problem?
No, let me come in. Point
is
because
just curiosity, because in most states, as I told you, Congress has a habit, and you also know it, Dr. Abhijit, that Congress creates issues at times for them when there exists, there is no reason for that. Okay, I'm completely out of time. Mr. Tomar, you wanted to make a point?
Can I come in last second?
Last 10 seconds. Will that be a problem for the Congress party to decide, or will it be easily done?
But let me, as an expert, and who has seen the journalism and Himachal for 40 years. So let me say, I have covered every part of it as a HT correspondent and then editor also. I'm saying this thing because Congress view may be Congress party view. My view is that how did the BJP, which had Modi as a face, they did not make Jayaprakash Nadda, they did not make Chief Minister as face, but it was...
We fought very well, let me tell you. Our vote percentage is just
That's Mr.
1%
Bamla. Okay,
lower.
I have to close the show, but Mr. Bamla, that's also a very important point. It was Mr. Nadda who in fact campaigned for this election. It is his home state. Isn't this also, like you also always like to point out on every victory and defeat of the Congress party, isn't this also a telling sign about the BJP party president? He could not say his own state.
We accept the results of Himachal in all humility. And we also congratulate the Congress, but you win some, you lose some. But let me tell you, our margin of losing, if you compare with the Congress in Gujarat, there is a vast difference. It's just barely 1%, and there are 10 seats in Himachal which we lost.
Sir,
with more than
vast
10,
difference
with
hoga,
more
but
than
in the end, I would like to end by saying,
1,000.
I would like to end it by saying, Jo jeeta wahi Sikandar. Even if it is by, even if it is on the last ball tie and then in a super over, ultimately Jo jeeta wahi Sikandar. You are Sikandar in Gujarat today. The Congress party is the Sikandar today in Himachal Pradesh. Thank you so much, gentlemen, and ma'am, for joining us at this moment. I'm completely out of time. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us on this big election result day. A small break, coming back. We have much more lined up for you on the other side. Stay tuned.